is Lauren, and in this video we're going to kind of spend like a cozy weekend together. We're going to do some fun things at home, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and start designing the new pattern that I'm working on and kind of taking you through that process and showing you how I'm designing it, and yeah, just doing some fun things together. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started with all of that. Okay, so today is actually Saturday and it has been raining like crazy all day, storming last night too, and I think it's also supposed to rain tomorrow as well. So I really just want to have like a cozy day inside here at home. So I've come up with a few different things that I would really like to do. One, I want to kind of start working on my pattern that I'm designing. I'm going to go into Photoshop and kind of clean some things up. It's kind of boring stuff to do, but it's going to set me up for then the actual fun part where I get to like create the design. So I'm going to work on that for a little bit. I also want to do some reading, and I think I'm going to do that on my comfy chair over there. Yeah, I have a couple more chapters left of the book that I'd like to finish up, so I'd like to do that. And I have this little planter set. It has like 9 different herb packets in it, and it's just been sitting here since Christmas. So I would like to pot these. It comes with everything it needs, but I feel like that would be a fun little project to do today, and I think it should be pretty easy. And then yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh, I also want to paint my nails, so I think that will be really fun and cozy to do today. So yeah, let's just get started on that. I think the first thing I need to do is light all of my candles because it needs to feel warm and cozy in here. And then I'm going to make a fun drink. I really like to do like a mocktail thing, so it's basically like grapefruit juice and then like a ginger lime like seltzer. So very simple combination, but it's really tasty. So yeah, let's just get started with all of that. Instructions here, and apparently I'm supposed to let the seeds in here soak for I think it was 18 to 24 hours before I do anything else. So I can't really do anything right now, so I'm just gonna put these in water and let them soak and wait for 24 hours, and then we can do the rest of it. So yeah, glad I read the directions, otherwise I would have just started to plant them in here. So anyway, let's do that. Okay, so it says to use warm water, so I'm going to add warm water to all of these. Let me just clear some space on here though. I think what I want to do is maybe put these over on the windowsill. I don't want them to take up all the space on my table, and I mean, I guess I could leave them in the kitchen too. But I want to see if the bowls are going to fit by the window because I think that would be ideal. Alright, on to the next. Let's see. So we have some basil. Honestly, I love fresh basil, so I'm hoping this one will be good. The last basil plant that I had, I kept it outside in my old apartment where I had like an outdoor patio, and I was so sad because the whole thing got eaten up by caterpillars. And I mean, I'm glad that I was able to feed them, but I really wanted to have the fresh basil for my meal, so I was kind of mad about that. And I haven't had a basil plant since then, so hoping this one will work. Decided that I want to go ahead and start with my pattern, and basically what I'm going to do today is just kind of add in the images of the flowers that I painted digitally on the iPad. So I'm going to transfer those over here into Photoshop. I'm just going to go in and like clean everything up and make sure that it's ready to go for tomorrow when I actually start designing the pattern. Let's work on that for a little bit and see what we can get done. Okay, so this is one of the paintings that I did, and you can watch this little tutorial in the last video that I posted here, but basically what I'm going to do is just transfer it over to my laptop. And then this is the other painting that I did with the daffodils and tulips that I really love. I'm actually very impressed with how these turned out. I've never painted either of those. Well, actually, I've painted tulips in the past. I just haven't done the daffodils before, but really like how these turned out, and I think this little baby one is so cute. Anyways, so yeah, gonna transfer that one over as well and just clean up the background on it. Okay, so now that I have my painting here in Photoshop, what I'm gonna do next is actually just isolate every flower and every leaf, and that will make them have like a new layer over here, and then it will be a lot easier for me to kind of remove the background from there. Okay, so I finished up on Photoshop and I kind of removed the background of all the different flowers and leaves on there. So I finished up with that and it's ready to go for tomorrow when I start designing it. I think what I'm going to do now is just read my book for a little bit. I have like 3 or 4 chapters left, so I just want to finish this up and yeah, let's just read for a little bit and then maybe can paint our nails next. So. Okay, so I just finished up my book and I'm really happy that I have that taken care of and it's already read and returned to the library. So I think what I'm going to do now is paint my nails. I don't actually know what color I want to do. Usually I do like a red, but I'm kind of feeling like a pink. I don't know. I need to kind of look through all the options and yeah, maybe browse through Pinterest to kind of find some inspiration. Either way, let's do that. And I may watch like a show or something while I'm working on this. So anyway, let's just paint our nails. Okay, so this is the set that I'm working with. I want to do a layer of this red. It doesn't look as dark as the bottle is, but I think I want to do a layer of this one first and then do the rest of the coats with this pink color to make it a little bit darker, because I feel like this color is just going to kind of look like my skin tone and I want it to like pop out a little bit more. So that's my plan for right now, and let's just see how it turns out. Okay, so it's the next day and it's exactly like 24 hours later from when I put the seeds in the water and they've been soaking. So I was kind of reading through the directions to kind of see what to do next. And so I'm supposed to put these little soil discs in a big bowl and add some water to it. And it's supposed to expand like 5 to 6 times this amount. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I just heated up some water and yeah, it's supposed to take like 5 or 10 minutes for this whole to expand. So let's just see what happens. Okay, so I'm supposed to wait for this to cool because we did add hot water to it. So I'm just gonna kind of keep like stirring it around until the steam doesn't come out anymore, and then I can go ahead and start filling in the little, pots with the dirt. And then we can add in the seeds too. So I'm gonna keep stirring this and wait for it to cool. Okay, so I have put soil in all of these, and I've just kind of marked which seeds are going to go into which little container. And I am just going to start with these two. This is going to be the chives, and what the directions said was that I was supposed to take the ones that have floated to the bottom rather than the ones that are still on the surface. And the book has like the number of seeds that I'm supposed to put into these. So I think this one is about 7 seeds. If I do more than that, it's not going to germinate well. But I can keep the old seeds and kind of do them again at another time. So I think I'm going to do that. But yeah, let's just go ahead and sow them. So I finished potting all of my little plants and I've set them near the window and hopefully they will grow. That actually took so much longer than I thought that it would. So I am kind of running out of time today, so I think I'm going to work on my pattern tomorrow instead of today. I have some meal prep I need to do. I already did my grocery shopping and laundry, so that feels really good. But yeah, I'm going to make a couple things for this week. My lunches are already taken care of, so that's really nice. But I'm going to make some breakfast sandwiches and then I'm going to make some like lettuce chicken wraps for dinners. So let's just go ahead and get started with that. Okay, so it's a few days later and I have just had a full day at work and I'm back home, and I decided for my workout today that I'm going to do about an hour of Pilates. Well, actually, I think I'm going to do about like 45 minutes, and then I'm going to do yoga for like the rest of it. So that's my plan for today. And yeah, I have some weights that I'm going to maybe use too, just to have like a bit of a more strength focused workout. So yeah, let's just dive in. Okay, so I just finished up my dinner and it was absolutely delicious, and I think I'm going to work on this for about 30 minutes. And I think the last time I showed you what I was working on was when I kind of isolated all of the different flowers that I'm going to be working with, and I cleaned up the background. So that's where I'm at right now, and it's time to actually dive in and start designing the pattern. I think I'm going to do one with all of the pieces here, and then I think I'm going to do a separate one with like just the daffodils and tulips, or maybe just the daffodils and then another just with the tulips. I'm not really sure about that one, but I think I'm just going to do one with all of the pieces first of all. So let's just start on that and see what we can get done within 30 minutes, because I would like to kind of like read and get some other stuff done around the apartment before we go to bed and get ready for tomorrow. So yeah, let's get that done. Okay, so this video ended up being a little bit longer than I was kind of planning it to be, so I think what I'm going to do is actually make like a part 2 where I kind of show you how I'm finishing up the pattern and maybe go through the next few patterns that I'm designing. So stay tuned for that, and I will kind of go through that process with you. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think, and yeah, I will see you in the next one.